Taiwan election results are in, and this could be the beginning of the biggest tech crash we have ever seen in the history of the financial markets. It could begin as early as Monday. I will bring up some light, show you some charts, at least about 10 to 15 charts I'm going to present to you in this video, guys, showing you how semiconductor sector is ready for a severe nosedive here. Within that lies a great opportunity if you are profiting when stocks drop. As a short seller, we use here short-term weekly options expirations on stocks. That's pretty much our trading strategy here, utilizing 30 market moves and applying to short-term volatility trades, just like the ones I'm about to show you here, guys. Now, this also reaffirms our thesis for the year that inflation is very much in play. It is absolutely impossible for prices to drop this year. The deglobalization is escalating at the speed of light. So considering that this party that just won in Taiwan, okay, it's within its constitution to not make a China one policy a reality. So we're expecting a much severe escalation that could lead to military action here. Definitely possible shortages because, as far as the tech sector concerned, I mean, 90% of chips are coming out of Taiwan. So, clearly some of the stocks to be targeted on the short side here are those that are going to be in the midst of all this instability. So basically, the outcome of this party winning is instability. And instability is going to create volatility. And within volatility, outside of the a clear shock that could rocket here through the technology sector, we can also expect super bullish movements in the prices of oil and gold, and I'll devote a separate video on this. So without any further ado, let's look at some charts. Basically, first, let's glance at the overall picture as a whole. We're looking at SMH, which is the semiconductor ETF, and just as in many instances over the last 2 weeks, I have shown you this major bearish divergence on the RSI. Again, for those of you that don't understand the divergence, we're about to look at a ton of charts that basically is going to show you this. So this is a presentation of how Semiconductor Group does as a whole and has performed recently as a whole. So, but as we look through individual charts, guys, the message is clear. It doesn't get more clear than this. Every one of those charts we're about to look at focus on the bear divergence, which has been working perfectly in the last 2 weeks, helping us nail some of the greatest shorts, such as Apple, Boeing, Tesla. All of these shorts, guys, they share this one unique feature, and that is this divergence right here. Basically, for those of you, again, that don't understand it, you want to measure the RSI against the price action of the stock. And if the price action such as this keeps going higher, but the RSI, instead of making new highs, it begins to show weakness, then what that means is while the price action is very bullish, each time something moves higher in the next part of this chart, right, more people are actually selling rather than buying. So as people were buying here and the price is at 163, RSI is at the highest point on this chart. Then it moves here to 172 level and RSI drops. And we've recently moved to 177 and RSI dropped again. So this is a bear divergence between price action and RSI. Specifically when it is accompanied by some simple indications such as bear MACD crosses, such as the fact that, accumulation distribution is still pretty much at the highs. It allows a lot of market participants to sell and sell fast. Also, if you take a closer look at this chart, there is a resemblance of a head and shoulder formation. As we're building out this shoulder right here, some of these drops could be to the magnitude of 20-30% within the short time frame, such as 1 week, 2, 3 weeks. We could see the semiconductor index back in the 150s level, 155 to 160. And this is going to catch a lot of people off guard because most of the market participants are going into 2024 with high expectations of technology stocks outperforming. Now, if we have a lot of instability that is going to follow in the near-term future, okay, as a result of this election in Taiwan, because basically it diminishes the probability of a peaceful resolution of conflict that's been escalating. And so I think we're about to be shocked. Volatility could go through the roof. And this chart is a good representation that the patterns are there. The market is ripe, and the sector that has been pretty much outperforming everything since, early November through now, it's about to take a major hit. And within that, if you're a short seller, guys, this is pure profits to you. So let's look at a few more charts. Clearly, some stocks are going to underperform a lot more than some of the other ones. Any stock that has more exposure to China among the semiconductor stocks, okay, it's going to take a bigger hit. In this particular case, we're thinking Qualcomm, which has a huge China exposure, okay, this thing could really, really take a strong hit in relation to some of its peers. Now we're talking about the RSI divergence. It's here. Look, guys, it shoots to 141. RSI is here. It advances to 147. What happens to the RSI? It's dropping. So it's a bear case of divergence. Same bear across accumulation. The whole world is still bullish. They can't see straight. And all of a sudden, come Monday, this thing is gapping down. A lot of technology stocks are gapping down. Monday, January 15th, guys, could be the beginning of some ugly time frame for the market, which is going to begin Monday with a gap down and continue probably for at least 5 or 6 days consecutively lower. So if you pay close attention, about a week ago, which again, sometimes it's better to be early than late, and we've posted a video saying that, look, January 8th could be the beginning of a great drop that's going to last for multiple days. So I think we're a week early. That doesn't certainly make a difference on how we will trade the market. As a matter of fact, one of the last alerts we've been sending was some of the ideas that I present you with, guys, here. So make sure you don't miss out on some of these trades. Sign up at 13mmtv.com, guys, for quick delivery of these trading ideas to your phone. So basically, Qualcomm, I think, is going to take a major hit. Let's take a look at the next chart, guys. The big granddaddy of all semiconductors. Don't need to look no further. I think this is going to take a wild hit. Taiwan Semiconductor, basically the biggest, or one of the biggest in the world. And the chart is the same, right? We got a resemblance of a head and shoulder. We've got a divergence on the RSI. Guys, it's at 98. RSI is here. It is advancing to 104. RSI doesn't move a needle higher. And finally, at 105, RSI actually drops. So, guys, this is a solid bear divergence on TSM. You've got multi-gap downs lower, and the stock basically cannot even bounce. It just goes sideways. This is not the kind of price action you want to see when something just makes a gap and cannot even try to close this gap, right? It just goes sideways. In 99% of instances, it leads to the next move lower. Considering the catalyst, okay, Taiwan Semiconductor could suffer the greatest over the course of the next year. So our year-end target for this thing is going to be closer to like $50. I know it sounds shocking because it's literally half of where the stock is trading right now, but in the next 12 months, it would not be a shocker to us here at 13 Market Moves if we see the stock at $50. Moving on to the next chart, LRCX. Now, this is a semiconductor type stock that actually does have an elevated exposure to China. So LRCX would be among our favorites on the list here. And guys, same thing, right? You see same structure of the trade again and again and again. Divergence on the RSI. Stock is at 719, okay? RSI is right here. The stock pumps higher to a level of 780. RSI is at the same level as it was when the stock was at 719. Finally, it advances almost at 800 level, and RSI actually, what does it do? It drops in relation to this prior 2 points. That's a bear divergence on RSI, guys. So it's one of the reasons we shorted Bitcoin as the rest of the world was. This indication was very solid on Bitcoin as well. As Bitcoin price would move higher, the RSI would actually go lower. It was one of the easy giveaways that you would have been able to spot. Instead of going long on Bitcoin, you would have been shorting us with this on this magnificent drop lower, guys. So far, since we shorted it, Bitcoin is down about 6,000 points, and it's likely to continue the drop Monday and throughout next week. Not clearly without some temporary bounces, but the signs here on the chart, they're the same. Every semiconductor stock we're looking at, it communicates the top. Normally, this type of bear divergence would happen after something's been going for a while, and there's less and less buyers closer to the top levels. So basically, this is a top, and the fact that something is unable to bounce after such a strong run on the first gap down, that is not a good sign, guys. This is a recipe for this thing to go way lower. And you know, sometimes you'll find a chart like this, right? But already your accumulation distribution would be looking like this. But this thing, people are not convinced yet that this is time to unload semiconductor stocks. Nobody is convinced yet. But come Monday, this sentiment can change overnight. And you don't want to be waiting long if by miracle, okay, some of these stocks actually bounce Monday. The probability of that is very slim. You know what to do. You short the bounce because most likely it's going to be a move 2. It's going to be a move 11. It's going to be one of the moves that will resolve ultimately the day or the next week to the downside. Okay, I would make a solid bet. Okay, you would come to 13 market moves and buy the charts and divergences course. If all of these stocks will finish next week lower, just make a promise to yourself. You're going to go to 13mmtv.com and you will, no questions asked, you will click the fucking button and you will buy the course, because guys, the investment in the course in relation to some of the secrets that you can master to identify these easy trades in this market environment, guys, look, the rest of the world is still fucking bullish while we can point out like 13 bear signs on these charts, guys. Learn the skill on how to do that, because again, it's the move 2 and the 11 and the move 3 that's going to put the most money in your pocket you've ever imagined this year trading on the short side in 2024. Now, let's take a look further. Apple, guys, this Apple was on a top 10 short list. The stock is down a lot. I want to point out that any stock that relies heavily or has a great part of their sales deriving from China, such as clearly Apple, Tesla, they will be punished. Those analysts that are telling you to buy Apple stock here, they don't see, they're clueless as far as to what's about to happen. They're absolutely blind. These guys, they never look at the chart in their life, and their livelihood dependent on it. Their livelihood of their clients dependent on understanding and interpreting the charts right now. So they should be investing in 13 market moves course. They should be investing in our charts divergences course, guys. Look, it is the same thing that I have just shown you on the chart of some of the semiconductors, okay? It's the same pattern, right? After the gap down, it can't even bounce, right? It goes sideways. This is a bear sign, guys. The next move in Apple is way fucking lower, okay? And you can see, yeah, people were buying it a little bit here on the dip, which is beautiful. People are still fucking clueless that Apple, guys, Apple next 90 days, fucking 130 bucks, okay? That's where you possibly might want to consider. But first, I mean, it all depends on the context of some of the other charts, some of the other developments, guys. Apple is one of the world's greatest shorts right now. Look at this head and shoulder formation, okay? And every one of these charts, guys, they have the same criteria. It's a bear divergence on the RSI. It's a bear divergence on the RSI. Look, are more people buying it on the dip? Hell no. Look at this. The stock is going higher on what volume? It's going higher on a diminishing volume. That is not a bull. That is a fucking bear. This shit is about come, guys, next week, Apple 170. No, it's going to get ugly. That's just the point, which is going to get beautiful for you if you buy Apple puts. That's just simple as that. So next chart. Okay, let's go look at the next one. AVGO. Clearly, you guys can give me a lot of shit because some of the videos I've been posting, they were like back here, you know. And yeah, this was actually a good one. And when the stock bounced back here, I said, hey, consider shorting it here. And that trade didn't work out. But right now, guys, it would be absolutely insane to miss out and shorting the stock at this level. Guys, same thing. Look, your first gap down, it takes it 10 trading days roughly just to get back to that level, and right against that gap down there's a black candle. Okay, shorted on the black candle, guys. You missed this. I mean, this thing is going to be down to $1,000, maybe $900 here in the next 2 weeks, and you're going to be looking, and when you're going to be looking at it on this chart like 2 weeks from now, it's going to be like this. It's just going to be fucking red candles all over the place. You're going to be, holy shit, this is why I should have taken the charts divergence course, because they talk about these black candles, how they make some of the greatest entries on bear sides. So guys, this is the moment, okay? And look, similar thing. Yeah, clearly here the stock runs strong volume, strong fucking volume. Look at this, strong bullish volume. Not in this case. Yeah, they're trying to attempt to buy the dip, but how many people are buying the dip? It looks bad. It just looks bad, guys. Okay, and look, this stock. Wow. We've made a ton of money on shorting AVGO. The only trade that didn't work was the one right here. Okay, but this one we've nailed. Okay, and we missed this pump. But this one, guys, we're about to nail. It's going to make this pump right here look pale to the amount of green candles that to the amount of red candles we're about to see here developing on this chart over the course of the next couple of weeks, guys. So if it bounces tomorrow, you know what to do. If it bounces Monday, I'm recording this on the 13th of January. So ASML, guys, okay, already placing restrictions. I mean, this company, it's a Dutch a company that's based, you know, thousands of miles away from the United States, thousands of miles away, but yet the United States is telling this company, hey, stop exporting shit to China. You can't be selling them cheap. You can't be doing this. I mean, the whole world is out of control. United States is telling the Dutch company, and the Dutch authorities say, okay, well, you cannot sell. How kind of crap is this? You're going to hurt your own domestic company from making sales, okay, to China, because fucking United States is telling you to do that. These people they're brain damaged. The whole Europe is brain damaged by United States. That's partially is the issue with the world these days, is they don't have their fucking brains together. They're fucking United States little bitch. Oh, United States tell us we shouldn't be doing that. So yeah, so United States telling us not to buy Russian oil. So we're going to buy United States oil 3 times higher. We're going to buy their natural gas 3 times higher. And then we're going to sit, bitch, and complain. Oh my God, our prices are skyrocketing in Europe. We can't afford gas. Our government is telling us to shut our fucking lights for Christmas because, you know, we're out of fucking natural gas. These countries are causing problems for themselves because of this political bullshit. And we're about to see a whole nother level of that escalation. I mean, the stupidity is going to go to the level of pure stupidity that we've never seen ever in the world. But this stock, after this gap down, cannot even recover. 1 gap down, 2 gap down. Forget about this stock recovering this gap, the first one. Can't even barely recover the second gap down. Guys, the shot is straight. This thing is going to the toilet, okay, shorted. The people that run this company, you can't fucking do. I mean, imagine, they're telling them not to sell shit to China. So the people that go to work at this company, I'm telling you, like, the average person actually goes to work, works, they fucking, like, what are they supposed to do? They're going to lose their job because this company is not allowed to sell shit to China? How ridiculous is this? Like, if I worked for this company, I'd tell them, fuck you. You're fucking idiots. I quit. Okay? Guys, it just let's refocus and get back to these charts. But we're at beyond the levels of stupidity, and this shit is even going to go beyond and beyond that. So NXPI, guys, this is another favorite. This has probably got the worst looking chart out of all semiconductors right now. I mean, this is a solid move 11, but overall, okay, if we're to look at this, right, here's your shoulder, here's your head, here's your other shoulder, guys. I mean, I think this stock is looking probably 150s in the next 90 days. I mean, now I'm saying 90 days, this stuff can, my God, do you remember how regional banks were dropping 1 year exactly ago? I mean, semiconductor stocks could go through the same thing where you open this and you're like, okay, so this thing on a good day, like on a best day, maybe moves $8-9. I mean, you could see days where you open up your chart on NXPI, the shit is down $18, like 2-3 times more its best day as far as percentage-wise how much it moves, or dollar-wise how much it moves. I mean, you're looking at some wild days. And it's those big moves within a short amount of time that gets you paid when you're trading weekly options. So, guys, we're going to be timing these. There's some stocks on this list. Okay, all of them are going to fucking drop. Some of them are going to drop by a lot more than some of the other ones. And, guys, Baidu is just a confirmation that, look, people are concerned. People were concerned in a big way. Look at this huge volume on Baidu. And Baidu is not a semiconductor stock. I inserted this chart here just to show you what's actually going on going into this weekend before the election. People were concerned. People were concerned. They were getting out of a China stock because, well, what? Man, I think people will be unloaded in even further. So this level of 100, I mean, it's going to be broken. Most likely Monday, most likely Tuesday. We've gotten a ton of Baidu puts. This was in the alerts right before market close. I've messaged add Baidu puts. That was, guys, you could have gotten that alert. You could have been in this trade. I think options were severely underpriced despite of this drop. Again, we could see a much greater drop here. Look how many people got out. Okay, I'm not expecting this many people to get back in, but if by miracle, okay, this thing does bounce Monday somehow, okay, we will be shorting it head over fist. I mean, there's nothing to think about here, okay? They're unloading Chinese stocks, they're buying defense stocks, they're going to be buying oil. Oil's probably going to gap up like crazy Sunday night. Recording this on a Saturday, guys. So, I mean, look, bear cross just happened on this one on MACD. This stock is a dog, and look, there's clear reasons. I mean, these stocks are super undervalued, like Baba, Baidu, Tencent. They're super undervalued, but they're nowhere near the levels where, you know, considering the amount of risk that's going to evolve short term here. As a result of this Taiwanese election. I mean, you want to run the fuck away from Baidu. If you're on the call side, you got to shift to puts like immediately, because the drops, like this is a stock that I actually love to trade throughout history. Caught some killer trades on Baidu from like 150 level to 340 level. A few years back, guys. This stock can move, and I think it is entering a phase where it's going to freaking move. We're going to see probably a huge move over the course of the next few trading days in Baidu, BABA, a lot of these stocks, despite of how low they look. So let's look at a couple more charts. So BABA, right, despite of the fact, I mean, the company is dirt cheap from valuation perspective, but why is nobody buying? And same thing, right, instead of getting a bullish candle, we're getting a bear reversal candle. The cross just happened, okay? Accumulation, man, people's been buying it in the hopes of something good happening. I think these hopes are going to be crushed, and I mean, how much lower can this thing go? Gee, God, I mean, $50? Okay. Charlie Munger was saying like that's his best trading idea, or they don't trade. Basically, he was recommending BABA at $170 a share. That's Warren Buffett's buddy. So, I mean, clearly, whoa, they got this shit wrong. But The point is, I think this shit is going to go even lower. The pain in the market on these Chinese stocks needs to escalate to a whole nother level for people to actually come in and buy. So, and a lot of people can sell. So if you look at the accumulation distribution between these levels, right, between like 77 and 69 in this area, there's been a lot of buying. There's been a lot of buying. People are saying, hey, China, these stocks are undervalued. They're cheap. Their revenue is growing. Everything's good. Why wouldn't you want to own one? Well, because before it goes higher, it's going to drop to 50 bucks. That's the path. That's the way these stocks are going to roll. Okay, and Nvidia, of course, I'm catching a lot of bullshit over this Nvidia because the whole world can't see straight. They're so fucking bullish on it. I mean, this is the winner for 2024. I think everyone is going to be very much let down on Nvidia stock this year. This to us, it's a top, guys. This thing, yes, there's an increase in volume. Yes, there's people trying to push and follow through on this as being their greatest trading idea in 2023. Again, we were bullish on this thing when it was traded at $125, and we told you to go long and buy a shitload of calls at 125. Okay, and at that moment, the idea was highly, highly unpopular because Nvidia was dropping every fucking day of the week. And now that it's done this, okay, we're saying this is not the time to buy. The probability of a lightning reversal lower here is very much. This is not going to be the stock that's going to escape the stack crash. And if anything, all the people that just unloaded, once they realize, hold on, this is not a real breakout higher. This is a breakout that's going to fade. It's going to ultimately prove that this was your greatest entry. So lose the fear of buying puts when stocks go higher, because those are going to be your best entries. Okay, who gives the shit that the whole world thinks this stock is going higher? The charts. Everything, we got the catalyst, okay, the Taiwan, we got the catalyst, we've got the charts, we got the whole sector screaming that this is the fucking top. Yes, this is the strongest stock, and it's probably gonna fight, and these people are gonna protect it, but there's so many people that bought it in the last few days that when the world comes to realization, hey, hold on, this is the fucking top in semiconductor stocks. Hold on, this is not going the direction that the entire world anticipated Nvidia to go in 2024. You could see some of the biggest one-day drops in the stock because when Wall Street sells, they are a herd of sheep. They fucking follow each other. If one analyst is gonna begin selling, we're gonna see some drops in the accumulation distribution. Okay, this stock, despite of this sizable move up here, guys, it's running out of juice. It is visible. Okay. I'm not sure how much longer it's going to be able to hang out here, but I think the path of least resistance is going to be now to the downside. I think everybody that has bought, they're going to start selling and understand that they've been buying at 510, 520, 530, 5. I mean, how much threshold are they going to have? How much are they going to hold? Again, the moment I think this thing breaks 510 to the downside, everyone that bought it at 520, 530, 540, they will be unloading this thing. And within that, because everyone runs for the exit at the same time, you're going to have drops on Nvidia, $20 day drops, $30 day drops, $50 one day drop in Nvidia is very much possible, and I think it's in the making. Now, my personal favorite is SMCI, guys. It's a very pronounced stop over the last couple of days. Okay, we're getting this bear reversal candles on it. The stock is at all-time high. We got bear divergence. Okay, it just refuses. RSI is refusing to go to another level as the price action reaches all-time high. This is not a bullish sign. We're already seeing that at this level, people are getting out. Price action has not suffered. Based on this accumulation distribution, guys, we should have had an easy 30, 40 pointer drop in this thing in the last 48 hours. It hasn't happened yet. At times, look, market is going to test your patience. At times, market is going to test your patience to the max. But don't let these beautiful tops get away from you from standpoint of a great short selling opportunity entry utilizing put options. So with that said, guys, there's going to be some huge outperformance on the drop side. There's a lot of money that's going to be made on the drop side when people realize, hold on, this election is a reason to get out of tech, because there's going to be supply issues. There's going to be all kinds of chaos. We're going from situation of instability to a situation of high instability, and I think this could be the catalyst to bring the markets to its knees. How fast it could happen? Hey, I thought it was going to happen a week ago, based on everything I was looking at. But you know, I think we're close. If I was to say that Monday's going to be a gap down, I would say it right now with about a 99.9% confidence. So the market has been responding with a lot of things with a delay. Okay, so we keep track of the markets basically, guys, 24/7. And so if you want to get timely alerts, okay, timely alerts, not after shit happens, because if you guys are subscribed to some newsletters, if you guys are subscribed to, you know, some channels, I don't know, some groups out there, you get the news after shit already happened, okay? This is one thing about 13 market moves. We don't tell you anything after it happened. We always try to post a video before something happens, because as a trader, you have to be ahead of the next move. You have to position yourself ahead of the move while the world is fucking blinded. Okay, you gotta be, while the whole world is telling you Nvidia, it's gonna go to 600, it's gonna go to 1,000. It's the same fucking guy that was telling you Bitcoin's going to $100,000 this month. It is the same fucking guy that's pitching you Nvidia to 1,000. Okay, they're the same bullshit, but the whole world was just running Bitcoin. And in the last 2 weeks of videos, we have pointed out why history is going to play out the way it just did. So don't miss this great trading opportunity. If you're struggling, in order to get like 20x, 30x payouts on these trades, you need to get your entry right, you need to get your strike price right, and you need to get your that time frame as far as you know, not just which part of the day you're going to enter the trade or which level you're going to come in and enter the trade, but you know, there's a huge difference whether you buy 1 month expiration versus 1 week expiration. Your goal as a trader is to catch the momentum to the downside while it's happening. So making a decision as far as what expiration to use on your contracts is going to determine whether you're going to make 2x or 20x. Because the difference could be this huge. So for that reason, I invite you to trade with a trading coach here at 13marketmoves.com or 13mmtv.com. Guys, invest in yourself, invest in divergences courses. There's only so much I can cover in a 20-30 minute video, guys, but the courses, they're like 6-10 hours long, some of our courses. So study them. If you've invested in them in the past, go refresh them. Refresh what a move 2 is, refresh what a move 3 is, refresh what a move 11 is. What time frames do you recommend it to be getting in on some of these moves? How do you expect them? How do you keep track of them? Guys, do it for your own good. If your mission is to beat the market in 2024, okay, take action now. Sign up to trade with 13 Market Moves. Let's roll. Trading wins and losses is just like everything else in life that is worth fighting for. You remember your marriage? Man, it was beautiful when you were getting married, but you had no idea how ugly the losses of this divorce were actually going to be. Like opening a business, thinking you'd get rich overnight. But in the midst of it, you ended up maxing all of your credit cards just to sustain that business for a few years before you even realize a tiny bit of your first profits. Like buying a house, thinking it would go up in value forever and ever, just realizing how wrong you actually were when 2008 hit. Like having kids, it was such a great idea at first. Remember how excited you were, terrified and scared at the same time, how much joy you actually had. Until your kids turned 2. Man, the terrible twos.
You thought that was bad until they turned 13, 14, 15. Shit. But you wouldn't change it for anything. You love your kids, no matter what your emotional losses or wins are with them, no matter what your financial losses or wins are. It really doesn't matter, does it? You don't quit on your kids, no matter how tough things actually get. For some of us, it's the same thing with trading. Just think, how long are your kids going to be your kids? The answer is forever. How long do you see yourself trading the markets? If your answer is forever, then you owe it to yourself and your kids to invest in the 13 market moves formula, so that your life journey of trading would be most rewarding and joyful, both financially and emotionally. Live to trade, trade to live. Conquer the world one trade at a time, fearlessly using the 13 market moves formula today.